So good morning all my dear students. So in my previous class we had studied how to find the solution or how to check whether the given series is convergent or divergent by the method of Cauchy's root test and D'Almeid's ratio test, correct? So in the next part, that was only the first part, that is of infinite series. So in the next part we are going to study about power series solutions. So these power series solutions are also called as special functions. Okay, why they are called as special functions? See, in your when you go for your higher semesters, you will study something called as Laplace equations. Okay, Laplace transforms or Laplace equation. So this Laplace equation is simply given as del square u is equal to 0. Okay, which is a very important equation, and it plays an important role in the physical and engineering problems. Okay, because this equation is an orthogonal curve linear coordinate systems, and it is very important when it comes to the engineering part. Most of the times when you go for your higher semesters, you'll be coming across this Laplace equation. Irrespective of your branches, this Laplace equation will be useful, and the solution of this Laplace equation is in the cylindrical form as well as in the spherical form, correct? See, many engineering problems, if you check, it will be considered in the form of cylindrical or spherical forms. Okay, and these two are simply ordinary differential equations, and they call the name as Bessel's equation or Bessel's differential equation and Legendre's differential equation. So these power series solutions, in this we are studying Bessel's and Legendre's differential equation. So you can see here, first we are going for the Bessel's differential equations. So how do we get these Bessel's and Legendre's? With the help of Laplace equation, where this Laplace equation is in the form of cylindrical and spherical. Okay, so if it is in cylindrical, we go for Bessel's equation, and if it is in spherical, we go for Legendre's differential equation. So these two functions, which is Bessel's and Legendre's, are known as special functions. Okay, so this chapter is all about special functions, that is Bessel's differential equation and Legendre's differential equation. So what we are studying here is how to find the solution for this Bessel's as well as Legendre's differential equation, and some of the application oriented problems based on this. Are you clear? So it's like we have a Laplace equation, and this Laplace equation solution is considered in two forms, that is cylindrical, cylindrical as well as spherical systems. So for these cylindrical systems, it leads to an ordinary differential equation known as Bessel's differential equation, and the spherical system will leads to Legendre's differential equation. Okay, so first we are studying how to find the solution for this Bessel's differential equation. So this is the standard equation, my dear students. And one more thing, these derivations are very important. So my first derivation what I am starting here is how to find the solution for Bessel's differential equation, which leads to Bessel's function. Okay, quite a lengthy derivation, but it's very important in the exam point of view. Okay, so first thing is, the Bessel's differential equation of nth order is given by x square into d square y by dx square plus x into dy by dx plus x square minus n square into y equal to 0. So this equation we should write properly first, where n is a non-negative real constant. Means we cannot take the value of n as minus 2, minus 4 and all. It should be some positive values. Okay, now how to find the solution for this equation? First what we'll do is we'll assume the solution, and this is nothing but we call it as Frobenius method. Okay, the how do we assume this solution is nothing but we call it as Frobenius method. You don't worry about that, you just see how do we get the solution. Okay, so first we'll assume the series solution of this Bessel's equation as y is equal to summation r equal to 0 to infinity a r into x to the power k plus r. Okay, so we'll assume the solution as y is equal to summation r equal to 0 to infinity a r into x to the power k plus r. Okay, now if I want to substitute this solution in this equation, I want what is dy by dx and d square y by dx square, correct? So how to get dy by dx and d square y by dx square? You differentiate your equation 2, that is the solution, with respect to x once and with respect to x square. So what will I get here? Dy by dx is equal to summation will be as it is, ar is multiplied to x here, keep it as it is. So what is differentiation of x power n? N into x to the power n minus 1, correct? So I'll just write it for your reference. So differentiation of x power n is n into x to the power n minus 1, correct? So differentiation of x power n, so differentiation of x power n is n into x power n minus 1. So same way here, in the place of n we have k plus r, so k plus r into x to the power k plus r minus 1. Clear? So that is your dy by dx. Next, what is required? See here, I got dy by dx, I came to know what is y. Next I want what is d square y by dx square. Okay, so d square y by dx square means, again if I differentiate dy by dx, I'll get d square y by dx square. So d square y by dx square is equal to summation, keep it as it is, ar as it is, k plus r as it is. Now you consider this k plus r minus 1 as n. So it is k plus r minus 1, that is n into x to the power, again n minus 1. So k plus r minus 1 minus 1. So how many minus 1s are there? 2. So it will become x to the power k plus r minus 2. Okay, are you clear with these first steps, my dear students? So first what you do, write the Bessel's differential equation. So the Bessel's differential equation is given by x square into d square y by dx square plus x into dy by dx plus x square minus n square into y is equal to 0, where n is a non-negative integer or real number. Okay, next we shall assume the solution of this equation 1 as summation y is equal to summation r equal to, this is my equation 1, it will become, see here, in the place of d square y by dx square, I have ar into k plus r into k plus r minus 1 into x to the power k plus r minus 2 was there. You remember? You go to the previous slide, you will get an idea. It was k plus r minus 2. But already x square is there, so powers will get added, correct? So k plus r minus 2 plus 2, it will become what? K plus r. You clear? Correct? See, actually x square you write as it is. If you want one more step, you can write here. I just skipped it because it's a derivation. X square into, in the place of d square over dx square, you substitute it. It was summation ar k plus r minus 1 into x to the power k plus r minus 2. That was d square y by dx square. So here already x square is there. So k plus r minus 2 and this plus 2, that will get cancelled. So we'll get only x to the power k plus r. Okay. Next, plus, what is dy by dx? It is ar into k plus r into x to the power k plus r minus 1. Minus 1, and already there is one x here, so 1 again here, degree is 1. So x to the power minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled. So we'll get x to the power k plus r again in the second term. Now third term, what did I do here? What is y? Y is ar into x to the power k plus r, correct? So you multiply this y to both the terms. Okay, so I will get summation r equal to 0 to infinity ar into x to the power k plus r, and again plus 2 is there, so k plus r plus 2. Clear? Okay. Now I will multiply this y to n square. This n square is a constant, so minus n square into, what is y? Summation r equal to 0 to infinity ar into x to the power k plus r, which is equated to 0. Okay, are you clear with this point, my dear student? So what did we do? You see, if you can't write this step directly, what my suggestion is, you keep x square as it is, substitute what is d square by dx square. You keep x as it is, you write what is dy by dx, plus you keep x square minus n square as it is, you write what is y. Then multiply it term wise, you will get this equation very easily. Okay. Okay, next step. Now what I'll do is, I'll collect all x to the power k plus r terms together. So if you check in this equation, which and all terms contains k plus r, x to the power k plus r, sorry. So the first term is having x power k plus r, my second term is having x power k plus r, and also my third term is having x to the power k plus r. So what I'll do is, I'll collect first, second, sorry, not third, fourth. First, second and fourth terms. So when I do that, what will I get here? So in my first term, summation is common, yes. AR is common in all the terms, first, second and fourth, yes. Then what is common? X power k plus r is common. Check here, first, second and fourth step, yes. So take it outside. So summation r equal to 0 to infinity AR into x to the power k plus r I have taken outside. So what will remain in the first term? K plus r into k plus r minus 1 plus what will remain in the second term? K plus r, yes, and what will remain in the last term? Minus n square. Proper? Okay. Plus this third term you write it as it is, that is AR into x to the power k plus r plus 2, you write it as it is. Clear? Okay. What did we do? We just collected k plus r separately and k plus r plus 2 separately. Now I'll simplify this. How I can simplify? So if you check properly, again in the square bracket, within the square bracket, see whether anything is common in the first two terms. What is common? If you check properly, what is common among those two? I am highlighting it. So if you check k plus r and k plus r, are they not common in the first two terms? Yes. So what I'll do in the next step is I'll take this k plus r outside. So what will remain here? K plus r minus 1 and here plus 1. Am I right? So just check here. So k plus r I have written outside and I have put a flower bracket here. So use different brackets, it will be easy for you. So here k plus r minus 1 will remain and here plus 1 will remain. Correct? So minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled. So what will I get? AR into x to the power k plus r into, if minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled, I will get k plus r here. K plus r into k plus r is k plus r the whole square minus n square plus summation AR into x to the power k plus r plus 2 equal to 0. Okay. So clear with these simplification steps, my dear students. See, this equation is important. Next, whatever circus we are doing, I am doing with this equation. Okay. So are you clear till here? So what did I do? I am just telling you again. First you consider the solution of the Bessel's equation as y is equal to summation AR into x to the power k plus r. So then if you want to substitute that solution in the equation, you should know what is dy by dx as well as d square y by dx square. So find out what is dy by dx and d square y by dx square. Then substitute that values in the equation, Bessel's equation. So when I substitute that, I'll get this equation. Okay. So AR into k plus r into k plus r minus 1 into x to the power k plus r, AR into x to the power k plus r into k plus r, AR into k plus r plus 2 minus n square into AR into k plus r, x to the power k plus r. Next you collect all k plus r separately and k plus r plus 2 separately. Simplify it. Done? Okay. Now what we shall do is, see, summation means what? Expansion of the series, correct? So if I want to expand, my r will start from which is the least value for r? 0. So take r equal to 0. So that will be the lowest degree for x, is it not? See, x power k plus r. I have my first term as x power k plus r. So which is the lowest degree for x power k plus r now, or which is the lowest degree for x power k? So if you check properly, my lowest degree for x will be x power k. Why? Because summation is starting from r equal to 0. So when I take r as 0, what will I get here? X power k. So my lowest degree of x is x power k. Okay. So what we shall do is we shall equate the coefficient of the lowest degree in x, that is x power k to 0. So where shall I get x power k here? If I take r equal to 0 here, I will get x power k. So in my first part, take r equal to 0. But here if I take what, I will get here? K plus 2. So this part I will not consider. I want only the coefficient of x power k. Correct? So take r equal to 0. So what will I get here? A naught into, if I take r equal to 0, I will get k square minus n square. Correct? So we are considering only the coefficient. Coefficient means what? Coefficient andre whatever is multiplied to x power k, that is the coefficient. So what is multiplied to x power k here? A naught as well as k plus r the whole square or k square minus n square equal to 0. Correct? Now remember one thing, the first term of the series cannot be 0. So we will set it as a naught is not equal to 0. So if a naught is not equal to 0, then which can be 0? Second term, obviously. K square minus n square can be equal to 0. Correct? So k square minus n square is equal to 0. Then solve for k. If k square minus n square is equal to 0, we'll get k square is equal to n square, or k is equal to plus or minus n. Okay, so this is my first part. Clear till here? So after getting this equation, what you do? You compare the coefficient of lowest degree of x. So lowest degree of x in this case is, so when I take r equal to 0, I will get what? X power k. See here, if I close this, what I will get? X power k. But I am getting only x power k only in the first term. In the second term, I will not get x power k. Why? So 0 if I apply here for r, what will I get? K plus 2. But I want only x power k. So I will get only in the first term. So the coefficient of x power k is a naught into k plus 0 the whole square, or simply k square minus n square equal to 0. Done? So in this we shall consider the first term not equal to 0. A naught cannot be 0. So which can be 0? So the second term can be 0, that is k square minus n square can be equal to 0. So I will get k is equal to plus or minus n. Clear? Okay. Next what shall we do? We shall compare the coefficient of next degree, that is k plus 1. So I compare the coefficient of k now, x power k. Next I will compare the coefficient of x power k plus 1. So now my dear students, can you tell me where will I get x power k plus 1? Yes. So if I take r equal to 1 here, won't I get k plus 1? Yes. So this equation I have just written here so that I can explain it. You no need to write it in the exam again and again. This is just for explanation I have written here. See here. Now also we need to independently equate the coefficient of x power k plus 1 to 0. So k plus 1 how I can obtain? When I take k equal to r equal to 1, I will get x to the power k plus 1. Correct? So when you take r equal to 1 here, I will get k plus 1. But here if I take r equal to 1, I will get k plus 3. So you again ignore the second part. So you concentrate only on your first part. So my coefficient of k plus 1 will be a1, right? See here, a1 into k plus 1 the whole square, because we are taking r as 1, k plus 1 the whole square minus n square equal to 0. Proper? Yes. So now again, what are the two possible solutions here? So either I can get a1 equal to 0 or k plus 1 the whole square minus n square is equal to 0. Okay, my dear students, remember when I compared the coefficient of x power k, what equation did I obtain? I obtained k equal to plus or minus n. Means I already obtained one solution for k. Correct? So here, if I simplify this, I will get a1 equal to 0 and k square plus n square, k plus 1 the whole square is equal to n square, or k plus 1 is equal to plus or minus n. This is not possible. Why? Because already we have accepted, or already we have got the solution for k as plus or minus n in my previous slide. Correct? So when I compare the coefficient of x power k, I obtained the solution as k is equal to plus or minus n. And when I compare the coefficient of x power k plus 1, I obtain the solution as a1 equal to 0. Clear? So when I compare coefficient of x power k, what will I get? K equal to plus or minus n. When I compare the coefficient of x power k plus 1, what will I get? a1 equal to 0. One constant, that is a1 equal to 0. Clear? Okay. Now what shall I do? Will you go on doing this for x power k plus 2, k plus 3, k plus 4? No. You compare the coefficient for the last term, that is k plus r. So next step, now I will compare the coefficient for x power k plus r. Okay. So first term directly it is there, k plus r, correct? But tell me here, second term, do we get k plus r here? Somehow? Yes or no? Yes, I will get k plus r here. How? If you just replace r by r minus 2, won't I get k plus r here? Yes, it is possible. So be careful my dear students. So don't think only first term is having k plus r. See, k plus r admel alva will get k plus r plus 2. Is it not? If you want to get k plus r plus 2, it should pass k plus r only, correct? So if you want to compare coefficient of x power k plus r, what are those? So in the first term it is ar k plus r the whole square minus n square, that is coefficient of k plus r, x power k plus r. In the second term, k plus r plus 2 is there. So if I want k plus r, you have to subtract by 2. Wherever r is there, we have to take r minus 2. So it will become a r minus 2. Am I right? So we have compared the coefficient of x power k plus r, so we get this. So now from this we will solve for what is AR equal to. So what I will get AR is equal to, so if I take this plus sign to other side, it will become minus. So minus AR minus 2 divided by, something is multiplied to AR, it will get divided. So divided by k plus r the whole square minus n square. This is my equation 3. Got it? Are you clear with these parts, my dear students? So when I compare the coefficient of x power k, I will get k equal to plus or minus n. So when I compare the coefficient of x power k plus 1, I will get a1 equal to 0. When I compare the last term, that is k plus r, I will get ar is equal to minus ar minus 2 divided by k plus r the whole square minus n square. Okay. Now in order to find all other values, see, as I said you, summation means from r equal to 0 to infinity, correct? So now I came to know what is a1. a0 cannot be 0 proper, a1 is 0. Now I should check what is a2, a3, a4, a5, correct? So how I can do it? If you go on taking the value for r here, r as 1, 2, 3, 4, won't I get the values? Yes. So from where should I start r now? Already you know what is a0 and a1. So a0 cannot be 0, a1 is 0. Now which value is required next? a2. So take r equal to 2 here. Because okay, before that I have the solution, k equal to plus or minus n. So I'll take k equal to plus n first. Case 1 when k equal to plus n. So wherever r is there, I'll take n. Okay. Now wherever k is there, I'll take n. So ar is equal to minus ar minus 2 into divided by n plus r the whole square minus n square. I'll simplify this, expand it. A plus b the whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So plus n square minus n square will get cancelled. So only 2nr plus r square will remain. Okay. Now I shall take the different values for r. First I'll take r is equal to 2, because when I take r equal to 1 here, I'll get a1. Already we know a1 is 0. So again, why you want to find out a1? Not required. And a0 cannot be 0. So the first two terms are obtained. Now I want a3, a4 or a2, a3, a4, correct? So take r equal to 2 here. Yeah, see here, put r equal to 2, 3, 4, so on. So we obtain a2 is equal to minus a0 divided by 4n plus 4, or that is equal to minus a0 divided by 4 times n plus 1. Similarly, a3 will be equal to minus a1 divided by 6n plus 9, but which is equal to 0. Why? Because you know what is a1. a1 is already 0. So a3 also will be 0. So what I can tell you, so all the odd terms, is it not 0? a1 is 0, a3 is 0, a5 is 0, a7 is 0. So all the odd terms are 0, and only the even terms will remain. Even terms means which one? a0. Obviously it is not equal to 0. So a0, a2, a4, only those values we obtain. Okay. So we obtained what is a0. What is a2? a2 is minus a0 divided by 4 times n plus 1. Now we'll go for a4. So again substitute in that equation, the previous slide the equation is there. a4 is equal to minus a2 divided by 8n plus 16 when I take r equal to 4. So I'll get, so minus a2 divided by 8 times n plus 2. Now we substitute what is a2. What is a2? a2 is minus a0 divided by 4n plus 1. So minus into minus it will become plus. 8 into 4 is 32, n plus 1 into n plus 2, and so on. Clear? Similarly we obtain the values for a6, a8 and all. That is not required, you just find out up to a4. Clear how to get the values? So there is a general solution for AR. So using the general solution AR, you find out what is a2, a3, a4, a5, a6, a7. But we came to know that all the odd terms are 0 directly, and only the even terms will remain. So these even terms, that is a2, a4, a6, everything you try to write in terms of a0. Okay. So now we shall substitute these values in equation 2, that is my solution. Y is equal to AR into x power k plus r. This is my solution, correct? So we'll substitute it in this one. Before substituting, I'll expand this series. So expansion, in this expansion, if you check, x power k is a constant. So I've written that x power k outside. Then I'm going on taking the values for r. So when I take r equal to 0, a0 into x power, already k I have written outside, x power 0. So when I take x power 0, what is x power 0? 1. So I'll get a naught plus when I take r equal to 1, a1 into x to the power, k you already have written outside, only you concentrate on r. When I take r equal to 1, a1 into x to the power 1. When I take r equal to a2 into x to the power 2, r equal to 3, a3 into x power 3, and so on. Clear? Okay. So again, see these equations, whatever we have written it for k equal to plus n. Am I right? So even in this equation k is there, you take it as plus n, because we are taking the solution for the first part, that is k equal to plus n. So we will get y1 is equal to x power n into a naught as it is. We know that already. So then we had substituted that. So if you check in the substitution, a naught was common, all the odd terms were 0, only the even terms we had substituted, and a naught was common, we have kept outside into x power n. So in the first term what will remain? 1 minus x square divided by, we had 4, that 4 I have written it as 2 square, okay, 2 square into n plus 1 plus x power 4 divided by 32 we had, so that 32 I have written it as 2 power 5 into n plus 1 into n plus 2 minus so on. This is for which one? K equal to n. Similarly we had k equal to minus n. Am I right? We got the value for k as plus or minus n. So what happens when k equal to minus n? Wherever n is there, you just replace by minus n, that's it. So my second solution, that is y2 is equal to a naught into x to the power minus n into 1 minus x square by 2 square into minus n plus 1 plus x power 4 by 2 power 5 into minus n plus 1 minus n plus 2 minus so on. So these are my two main solutions. Therefore, the complete general solution of the Bessel's differential equation is given by y is equal to a into y1, some constant a into y1 plus b into y2, where a and b are arbitrary constants. Clear? So how did we obtain two solutions? Because we got the value for k as plus or minus n, we obtain one solution for plus n and we obtain second solution for minus n. Okay, so this is my general solution till here. So till here it's like a general one, but we need to standardize this solution because I don't know what is that a naught, correct? This a naught was common in among all the even terms, so I had taken it outside. Now we shall assume some values for this a naught. We shall standardize this equation 4 by choosing the value for a naught as 1 by 2 power n into, what is this function? Gamma. So gamma of n plus 1. Okay, and we will denote it by capital Y1. So this small y1 I am changing it to capital Y1 and I am substituting the value for a naught as 1 by 2 power n into gamma n plus 1. So it will become x power n divided by 2 to the power n into gamma of n plus 1 into, remaining terms I will write it as it is, just see here, 1 minus square, correct? So I can write as x by 2 the whole square into 1 by n plus 1 plus 4 and 5 is there, so 1 2 I will keep outside, see I have kept outside, so into x by 2 x plus x by 2 to the power 4 into 1 by n plus 1 n plus 2 into 2 minus so on. Clear? What did I do? Okay, next what I will do is I will take this gamma of n plus 1, I will multiply it to all the terms, first term, second term, third term and so on. So this x power n and 2 power n I am writing it as x by 2 whole power n, and I am multiplying this gamma to, see here, x by 2 whole power n into, I have multiplied this, see, 1 divided by gamma of n plus 1 minus x by 2 the whole square into 1 divided by n plus 1 into gamma of n plus 1 plus x by 2 whole power 4 into 1 divided by n plus 1 n plus 2 into gamma of n plus 1 into 2 minus so on. Now you have studied gamma functions, correct? We have some properties of gamma functions. What is that? Gamma of n I can write it as n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. This you have studied in your first semester, correct? So gamma of n plus 2 I can write it as n plus 1 into gamma of n plus 1. Similarly gamma of n plus 3 I can write it as n plus 2 into gamma of n plus 2. But what is gamma of n plus 2? N plus 2 into gamma of n plus 2 into n plus 1 into gamma of n plus 1. So we will substitute that here. Okay, So first term as it is. Second term, what is n plus 1 into gamma of n plus 1? That is simply gamma of n plus 2. Third term, what it will become? What is n plus 1 into n plus 2 into gamma of n plus 1? That is simply gamma of n plus 3. So plus x by 2 whole power 4 into 1 by gamma of n plus 3. This into 2 is there, I have kept it as it is, minus so on. Okay, now for this one I will write in terms of summation. So before writing in terms of summation, I will make some arrangements. So x by 2 into, so I am writing this as, see, if you check properly, I have plus sign for the first term, minus sign for the second term, again plus sign for the third term, again minus sign for the second next term. So it's like plus minus, correct? So first term I will write it as minus 1 power 0 gamma of n plus 1 into 0 factorial into x by 2 to the power 0. Second term plus minus 1 to the power 1, for this minus sign I am taking care, gamma of n plus 2 into 1 factorial into x by 2 the whole square, plus next term I have plus here, so it will become minus 1 by 2 the whole, minus 1 the whole square divided by gamma of n plus 3 into 2 factorial, this 2 I am writing it as 2 factorial into x by 2 to the power 4 plus so on. Or I can write it as in general y1 is equal to x by 2 to the power n as it is, summation for r equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power r into divided by gamma of, here if you take r here, gamma of n plus r if I take, but my r should start from 0, correct? So we should take n plus 1 plus r. Am I right? So if you want, you can check here. Take r equal to 1, I'll get n plus 1. Sorry, take r equal to 0. So when I take r equal to 0, I'll get n plus 1. When I take r equal to 1, I'll get n plus 2. When I take r equal to 2, I'll get n plus 3 here. Correct? So that is like this expansion I'm writing in terms of summation. Okay, so minus 1 to the power r divided by 0 factorial, I'm writing it as r factorial, and this one gamma of n plus r plus 1 into x by 2 to the power what? After 0 what is there? 2. After 2 what is there? 4. Next it will be 6, 8, 10. So it will be x by 2 to the power 2r. Clear till here? Okay. Now what to do? It is done, almost done. So here x by 2 to the power n, x by 2 to the power 2 r. So I'll add this. So it will become x by 2 to the power n plus 2r. That I have written in the next. So therefore my y1 will become summation r equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power r x by 2 to the power n plus 2r divided by into 1 by gamma of n plus r plus 1 into r factorial. So this is called as Bessel's function of first kind of first order of order n, and is denoted by Jn of x. So this y we are denoting it as y1, we are denoting it as Jn of x. See, the solution we have to remember, it is required. So summation r equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power r into x by 2 to the power n plus 2r into 1 by gamma of n plus r plus 1 into r factorial. Further, when I take k equal to minus 1 in respect to y2, and it is denoted by j minus n of x. So therefore the general solution of Bessel's equation is given by, the standardized solution, okay, y is equal to a into jn of x plus b into j minus n of x, where a and b are arbitrary constants. Okay, so this is the solution of the given Bessel's differential equation. Yeah, I know it's too confusing also, so but go through it again carefully, my dear students. If you have any doubts or any confusions, please ask me. Okay, it's not so difficult also, but this derivation is very, very important. Okay, so this is one derivation. So next I'll be going with some problems based on this solution. Okay, yes, this is my problem. Prove that j 1 by 2 of x is equal to root of 2 by pi x into sin x. Okay, so j 1 by 2, so you know what is jn of x, correct? So what is jn of x given by summation r equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power r x by 2 to the power n plus 2r into 1 by gamma of n plus r plus 1 into r factorial. That's what I said you have to remember this solution. It is very, very, very important. If you don't know the solution, then it is gone. Okay, now in the place of n, what is there? And this is important. Okay, see, whatever I do here, this is a very small chapter actually, but whatever we do here, the derivations all are important. Study it properly, it will be there for sure. Okay, so when I take n equal to 1 by 2, what will I get? So gamma of 1 by 2x is equal to summation r equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power r x by 2 to the power 1 by 2 plus 2r into 1 by gamma of n plus, if I take r as 1 by 2, 1 by 2 plus 1, half plus 1, so that will be 3 by 2 into r factorial. Clear? Next, I'll take this x to the power 1 by 2, x by 2 to the power 1 by 2, which is a constant outside. What is anything raised to 1 by 2? That is square root. So root of x by 2 into gamma of the x r equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power r x by 2 to the power 2r into 1 by gamma of r plus 3 by 2 into r factorial. Okay. Now I'll expand this series. So if I, what will I get? So first 1, because r power 0 is 1, so 1 by gamma of 3 by 2 minus x by 2 the whole square, x by 2 to the power 2r was there, so x by 2 the whole square into 1 by gamma of 5 by 2 into 1 factorial plus x by 2 to the power 4 into 1 by gamma of 7 by 2 into 2 factorial. So plus we get alternate signs because it is minus 1 to the power r. So when I take r equal to 1, I'll get minus 1, minus 1 the whole square will be plus 1, next it will be minus, so on. Now you know the standard values. What is gamma of 1 by 2? Root pi. And what is gamma of n written by n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. So we will take n as 3 by 2. So here gamma of n is equal to 3 by 2. So gamma of 3 by 2 will be 3 by 2 minus 1. So 1 by 2 into gamma of 1 by 2. How much is gamma of 1 by 2? Root pi. So it will become root pi by 2. So I'll get my value of gamma of 3 by 2 as root pi by 2. What will be gamma of 5 by 2? 3 by 2 into gamma of 3 by 2. Am I right? See here, you just take n is equal to 5 by 2. So 5 by 2 minus 1 is 3 by 2 into gamma of 3 by 2. How much is gamma of 3 by 2? Already known to us, that is root pi by 2. So 3 by 2 into root pi by 2, it will become 3 into root pi divided by 4. Similarly, I'll get gamma of 7 by 2 as 15 into root pi by 8. Clear with the values? Now I'll substitute these values here in this equation 2. So root of x by 2 as it is into what is 1 by gamma of 3 by 2. See, if gamma of 3 by 2 is root pi by 2, what will be 1 by gamma of 3 by 2? It will be 2 by root pi, reciprocal, correct? So it will be 2 by root pi minus x square by 4 into what is 1 by gamma of 5 by 2. We know that gamma of 5 by 2 is how much? 3 root pi by 4. What will be 1 by gamma of 5 by 2? It will be 4 divided by 3 root pi. So it is 4 divided by 3 root pi plus x power 4 divided by 2 power 4. How much is 2 power 4? 16. So x power 4 divided by 16 into 8. What is, how much is gamma of 7 by 2? So if gamma of 7 by 2 is 15 root pi by 8, so 1 by gamma of 7 by 2 will be reciprocal, ulta. 8 divided by 15 root pi and 2 factorial is 2 minus, so on. Clear? So now terms which are common I'll take outside. Okay. So root pi is common here. I'll take outside. So root pi I have written outside. So what will remain here? 2 minus x square divided by 4 and 4 will get cancelled, 3 plus x power 4 divided by, you simplify it, you will get 60 minus, so on. Clear till here, my dear students? Okay. Now you should know what is the expansion of sine series. Expansion of sine series is what? See, always keep one thing in mind. Sine series is expanded for always odd terms and cos series is expanded for always even terms. Okay. So sine series is always x minus x cube by 6, x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 factorial minus, so on. So if you see in the proof, I want sine series, correct? So this square and all, if it is there, I cannot write in terms of sine series. So I should get somehow cube here. So how to get cube? So what I'll do is, I'll multiply and divide the equation by 2 by x here. Okay. So I have multiplied by x by 2 and I have divided by x by 2. So when I multiply and divide by x by 2 here, what will I get? So 2 by x I have kept it as it is, and x by 2 I am multiplying this to this term. Okay. See here. So, or in a simple way, you take 2 by x as a common term. From this one, you take 2 by x as a common factor. Okay. So, 2 by x if you take outside, here 2 we have taken outside, divided by x means you have to multiply x here, minus 2 if you take outside, you will get x cube divided by 6 plus x power 5 divided by 120 minus so on. Or in a simple way, I will tell you, after this step, what you do is, I will just write it. So, after this step, you multiply and divide by 2 by x. Okay. So, if you multiply and divide by 2 by x, what I will get? 2 by x into x by 2, correct? Or 2 by x into x by 2, correct? So, what we will do? Either we can go for taking the common term as 2 by x outside, or you multiply and divide by 2 by x. Okay. So, 2 by x you write, keep it as it is, and this x by 2 is there, no? You multiply it to all the terms. So, x by 2 into 2. So, I will get x by 2 into x square by 3. So, x into x will be x cube, 3 into 2 is 6. X by 2 into x power 4 by 60. X into x power 4 is x power 5. 60 into 2 is 120 minus so on. Anyway is fine. Okay. Then here if you check properly, my dear students, this root x, no, or x, can't I write it as root x into root x? So after this step here, what I am doing is, I am writing this 2 by x as root 2 into root 2. Okay. And this x as root x into root x. Clear? So what did I do here? I have just written my 2 in the next step. To get this next step, write this 2 as root 2 into root 2 and write this x as root x into root x. So when I do that, what happens? One root 2 will get cancelled here and one root x will get cancelled here, correct? So what will remain? Root 2 divided by root pi as it is, and root x, one root x will remain here. So we'll get root of 2 by pi x into x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 factorial minus so on. This is expansion of sin x, that is root of 2 by pi x into sin x. Okay. So these two steps are very important, my dear students. So I'll explain again, just listen carefully. So till here it's okay, you can do it by yourself, no problem. After this step, I have taken what? Root pi is common, I have written outside. Okay. So 2 will remain in the first term, minus x square by 4 and 4 will get cancelled, 3 will remain, plus x power 4 by 60 minus so on, if I simplify. Okay. Now the expansion of sine series is always x minus x cube. So it's like we should get x cube, x power 5 and all. So in order to get that, you multiply and divide this equation by 2 by x. So that is simply 2 by x into x by 2. So that 2 by x you keep as it is, and this x by 2 you multiply to this bracket. Okay. So 2 into x by 2. So when I do 2 into x by 2, I will get x minus 2 into x cube by 3 into x by 2. Sorry, x square by 3 into x by 2. X square into x. Yes. Prove that j minus 1 by 2 of x is equal to root of 2 by pi x into cos x. Okay. So for that, first again we have to start with the definition. We have jn of x is equal to summation r equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power r x by 2 to the power n plus 2r into 1 by gamma of n plus r plus 1 into r factorial. Okay. Next what? take n equal to minus 1 by 2 here, because I want j minus 1 by 2. So when I take n equal to minus 1 by 2, what will I get here? So x by 2 to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 2r into 1 by gamma of minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So 1 minus half. So gamma of r plus 1 by 2. So there we used to get r plus 3 by 2. Here we are getting r plus 1 by 2 into r factorial. Now, so next x power minus 1 by 2 I have written outside into summation minus 1 to the power r x by 2 to the power 2r into 1 by gamma of r plus 1 by 2 into r factorial. Now we'll expand this series. See, in the previous this one derivation, x by 2 to the power 1 by 2 was root of x by 2. What will be x by 2 to the power minus 1 by 2? It will be root of 2 by x, correct? So root of 2 by x into, take x, r equal to 0. Minus 1 power 0 is 1. And x by 2 to the power 0, anything raised to 0 is 1. But here, when I take r equal to 1, I will get gamma of 0 plus 1 by 2, that is gamma of 1 by 2. R factorial is 0 factorial is 1. So I will get 1 by gamma of 1 by 2 minus, take r equal to 1. So when I take 1 here, minus 1 to the power 1 is minus 1. X by 2 to the power 2 into 1 is 2. 1 by gamma of r equal to 1. So 1 plus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2 into 1 factorial. Same way next step, take r equal to 2. So when I take 2 here, what is minus 1 the whole square? Plus 1. So plus x by 2 to the power 2 into 2 is 4 into 1 by gamma of 5 by 2, because 2 plus 1 by 2 is 5 by 2 into 2 factorial minus so on. Clear? Okay. Again in the next step, we should know the values. What is gamma of 1 by 2? Root pi. What is gamma of 3 by 2? Root pi by 2. Again there. So gamma of 1 by 2 is root pi. So gamma of 3 by 2 means take n equal to 3 by 2 here. So I will get 3 by 2 minus 1, that is 1 by 2 into gamma of 1 by 2. So it will be root pi by 2. Gamma of 5 by 2 is 3 root pi by 4 and so on. Correct? That I will substitute it here. So root of 2 by pi x into 1 by root pi, okay, minus x square by 4 into what is, so if gamma of 3 by 2 is root pi by 2, what will be 1 by gamma of 3 by 2? 2 by root pi plus x square x power 4 by 16 into 4 by 3 root pi into 2 minus so on. Again what is common here? Root pi is common. So root of 2 by pi x into 1 minus x square by, cancel 2 ones are 2 twos are 2 factorial plus x power 4 by 4 factorial minus so on. So this is directly expansion of cos x. So it is root of 2 by pi x into cos x. Okay. So this cos is very easy. Okay. But when it comes to sine, those intermediate steps are very, very important. Cos directly you will get it. Okay. So these are the two, what I can tell is the next problems of the solution of Bessel's differential equation. So my dear students, so in this video we had explained the series solution of Bessel's differential equation and two problems that is j 1 by 2 and j minus 1 by 2. So go through these problems and the derivation carefully. It is very, very important. Okay. And if you have any doubts or any confusions in this, please contact me. So this is all about Bessel's. Okay. Next class I'll discuss with the derivation of Legendre's series solution of Legendre's differential equation. Okay. So I had said you the Laplace solution is considered in two parts, spherical and cylindrical. So that is simply Bessel's and Legendre's. So those two functions are known as special functions. So in that we had seen the series solution of Bessel's differential equation. So in my next video I will be explaining you about the series solution of Legendre's differential equation and few problems of that one. Okay. So that is all about this module 4. So first part was infinite series. So in infinite series we had Cauchy's root test and D'Alembert root test, and the second part is special functions, or we call it as power series. So in that we have Bessel's and Legendre's differential equations. Okay. So go through these derivations. See, you see the video 2 or 3 times, you will understand it. And what I suggest is don't simply go on seeing the video. That will never help you. You make a note of the points whatever I tell and go on writing the derivation, then only you will understand. If not, it is very difficult, and don't by heart it. Okay, I know by hearting is very easy for you students, correct? But if you by heart, it is waste. Please go through it carefully, understand the steps. If you have not understood, give me a call, I'll explain you, then it will be easy for you. Okay, so thank you. We'll see you again in the next video.